Okay, so Python is actually, nowadays people are actually speaking about this a lot. Wherever you go, they say, okay, Python. But some people actually think that Python is very difficult programming, or it is something which we cannot do or something. So a lot of confusions are there. So for that, what we'll do is first we'll understand what is Python, what all things can be done with this, how to install this, and then we'll move on with writing some simple programs to complex programs. So first we'll see the overview of it. As I said, Python actually is not at all difficult. It is a very, very simple language, just like our normal English. Anyone can easily learn Python because this is something, the syntax are very, very simple, that it is just separate from other softwares. The logics, the syntax will be similar to other say programming language, but I'll tell you they are actually very simple to write. Like we have this C language, C++, Java, okay, something similar to that, but this is simpler than this. This again similar to what we have, this high level language or interpreted language. I'll tell you, explain what all these things are. So it is very interactive, and also it is object oriented programming language. And you can see here I mentioned it just uses English keywords frequently. That is, it is very much simple like what we speak English. A simple statements we can write the program. Right. So there are few things which we can discuss here. See, Python is an interpreter. That means you don't have to compile the whole program. If you see the C language, say if you don't know about C, C is a language which you have to compile. You have to write all the program, you have to compile completely, and then only you'll get the result. But this is not like that. It is interpreter wherein I'll get the result there itself. People would have worked on this VBA, they can easily understand. So I write some program, then I can get the results immediately, like that. It is very interactive. Interactive means I can interact with the program. Say I can type say 10 plus 20 or something, immediately I'll get the result. So I can interact. I can give some input. Say I want to give some input and then get the result out of it. So like that, we can have this interactive, say, programming as well in this. It's object oriented. That means you can have some applications like you have this in Excel, we have these objects where we program. So similarly, I can use the object programming as well. And as I told you, this is very, very simple English kind of, the syntaxes. So you can say it as a beginner language in the sense people who wants to learn programming language, they can directly start with Python. So it's not that you should be a computer science student or you should know some prerequisite, like you should have some knowledge of C or C++ or anything like that. Nothing is required. You can directly learn this Python. Right. So now we'll see about the history of Python. So I'm just giving all this a brief, information. Why? Because you should be aware of these things so that it will be easy for you in the next sessions, that how Python has come and how actually we can program it. Right. So Python was actually developed by a person, that is Udo van Rossum. That was somewhere in late 80s or 90s. People think that Python is actually very much popular nowadays, but this was actually developed very long back, say in 1994 somewhere. It was actually released. See, here we have this point. Yeah, in 1994 itself we had this Python version 1.0. But that time it was not that popular actually. It was something like they developed something like what they did C++ or something. So this also came into picture, but most of them were not actually using. But slowly it became popular once this machine learning, artificial intelligence, and all these things started coming. So people started using this Python. You can see this in 2000 we have this 2.0 version which got released, but still then also it was not that popular. Then slowly the versions were getting edited and they were getting released. And as I told you, from last 10 years, say almost 10 years, people started using this more and more because they started implementing so many libraries, or say so many frameworks which was actually implemented in almost all the technologies. And if you see now, you go and ask any institutes or say anywhere, say if you want to do artificial intelligence or machine learning, first they'll say you learn Python, because Python has become that popular that every domain or say every single applications what is getting developed, or every big companies they're trying to use this Python, because it is very lightweight, as well as it has got so many frameworks. I'll tell you what is this frameworks next, in next chapter. So like we have so many frameworks, or say we call it as libraries, which will actually be very helpful for implementing on any kind of developments. And this is a freeware. The main thing, Python is actually freeware and anyone can download and they can start working on it. All the frameworks and everything are very much free. You can easily implement it and start working on your projects as well. You can take the projects commercially as well. Right. Then somewhere around 2008 to 2010, this Python 3.0 got released, and then slowly it started getting popular. And now the latest version, now what we have is 3.8.3. This is the latest version what we have. So previously it was 3.7 something, so we used to use it. Then again 3.8.1 came, then 2, now it is 3. I'll show you the website also how to download and install it as well. Okay. Coming to the features, it is easy to learn. Say Python has the keywords which are very much similar to English. Very simple structure in the sense the syntax of the Python are very minimal and very easy. It's very easy. Suppose if you are learning this Java or say C++ or even VBA also, there are so many syntaxes where you'll be using, but here it's not like that. Very precise, very simple, not too many things what you have to break your head. So very quickly you can learn this. Easy to read, as I told you, it's very simple. It's very simple programs we can write. The source code, it is very easy. It's like a notepad what we have. So it's not that you have to create a file and store it in a very bigger file. It's a very simple file where I can store. It's like a notepad. The next step, as I told you, it's a interactive mode where I can interact with the program and then get the results. I'll show you practically how this interactive mode and scripting mode will actually look. Portable, as I told you, this is something like a notepad. This can be easily portable. That means the file size will not be too big for carrying this, so it will be like very much easy to carry it. Say I can mail it, the codes, say in a simple notepad kind of file, I can just mail it, or I can use it in my system itself with very less space. Then likewise we have so many other useful things, so you can go through this. I'll share this document with you. Next is where this Python can be used. Now I told you there are so many companies who are actually using this Python for say web development or any of their developments, the software development or anything. Say YouTube, Dropbox, Google, Quora, Netflix, all these are actually using this Python. Now you'll be thinking, why are these people actually using these software which is very much simple? This is actually simple, but it is very strong. As I told you, there are so many frameworks. So frameworks are nothing but there will be a different kind of libraries. Say for example, we have something called as pandas, which is actually used for analyzing the data modeling. So people who wants to become the data scientist, or say who are more into this data or data analytics, they can take that framework and they can master it. But for that, the programming language what you have to do is I have to use this Python. So what is this libraries? So you don't have to think too much about writing all the programs. There will be some functions. Let's say in Excel, I have this VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP or something. Similarly in pandas also there will be so many functions which I can just use that and I can get the results. I have this SciPy, which is for scientific calculations. I'll have this NumPy for mathematical calculations. If I'm doing some mathematical projects or say scientific projects, then I can use these frameworks. Suppose if I'm developing some internet, say, websites, I can use something called as Django, something called as Django. So likewise, there are so many frameworks. That depends on person to person. Say in this batch, there are almost some 15 to 20 people are there. In that, some people actually wants to become data scientist. Some people wants to become web developer. Some people wants to become, expert in artificial intelligence, also machine learning. Some people wants to go for networking. Even in networking also we can use this Python. So depending on your, the interest or say your domain, you can actually carry it. But for that, you should know the Python programming. So that is what we'll be teaching you in this course. That is complete Python programming. Above that, whatever frameworks are there, that you can develop by yourself or say you can improvise yourself. For that, I'll give you some ideas. Because here I'm not teaching you anything like machine learning, artificial intelligence, or data science. You know, I'm teaching you a complete Python programming, which will help you in moving into any of these top level, say, applications or say, developments. So here there are some useful things. Say I have this web and internet development, as I already told you. Then if you go here, then we have this desktop GUI applications. The desktop applications will have this, say, billing, or online billing. You can see that some applications will be there, something like that. So anything like a GUI, graphical user interface applications, I can create by using this, say, Python. See here, I was talking about the web development. Somewhere here, see this Django. You can use this framework. All right. Scientific and numeric applications. So I was talking about the SciPy, Pandas, or say NumPy. So here you have this NumPy. Okay, these are all the frameworks or say, some libraries which we can use it for developing some applications of the scientific and numeric. Software development application, for this also I can use. So Python applications in education, you can see a lot of nowadays, this learning management system, so many things are coming, and you can see maybe some of your kids also are actually they're starting this online classes. There are so many say applications which are coming up, so they are also using this Python for developing these kind of applications. So database, we can connect to any kind of database and we can pull the data and then we can do the programming. Then I was talking about the network programming. So in network also we can use this programming. And mostly with the games and 3D graphics, you can see a lot of games nowadays coming. So all these online games, say this PUBG, or there are so many. I'm not telling that they are actually developed by Python. So these kind of games are actually coming up more with using this Python. Okay, there are so many other applications. I was talking about artificial intelligence, then data analysis, machine learning, robotics. Okay, even in the aerospace companies, they were actually using a lot of these kind of things. But in automobiles also they are using now. So you can see that there are so many cars, or they are doing some R&D on this, that is driverless cars or something. So they are using all these kind of frameworks. Along with that, they are using this Python for programming and they are developing this. So this is some brief introduction about Python. So you should be aware of these things, so that next when you are writing the program, you should know that okay, this is what I'll be using. So this is why I'll be using the Python software. Let me close this. Now let me show you how we can actually download it and install it. Okay, it is very simple, guys. So you don't have to think about how it is actually installed, or whether I can do it, or how much space it will take. Don't worry. And again, guys, this is, I'm telling you, both for Mac as well as Windows system. So Python actually, when I install, okay, so there is one page here. I've given the link also. You can just after I send this notepad to you, so you can just go there and you can install it. See, I'll just click on this. The website will get open. I'll show you directly there in the website itself how it actually looks, instead of making some PPT or something. See here, I can just download this. I've already downloaded it and I've installed. So if you download it, it just gets downloaded here. So you have this Python website, or you can go directly, say python.org. downloads slash. So you'll get this. So this is the latest version. So what will happen is, as and when they release the new version, so in this place they'll be adding the new version to get downloaded. Now if you scroll down here, you can see all the other releases as well. See, 3.7.8 was there. So if you think that you want to download any of this, still you can go and you can download. See, 3.8.2 is there, 3.8.1. So all the releases, the previous releases also will be available. Even Python 2 also is there. So some people actually still use this Python 2.0 or any other version with Python 2. So that also, there are some differences. Okay, so the way they are actually coded will be a little different. So some who are already started, say very long back, they're still using this Python 2.x version. Suppose if you guys think that nowadays we actually use Python 3.x, because I started with 3.x only. I don't have much experience on 2.x. Okay, fine. So once I download this, once I install, so I'll get something. So in Mac also same. You can go here in the same website. You'll go to this downloads. I'll go to this, see, Mac. You can go here, Mac. So here also we have this, see. This is for Mac system. So you can go and you can just download it. Here also we have the same version, but this will be for Mac system. So similarly, like what we have for Windows, here I have for Mac also. So you can download it and you can install it. Fine. So once I install it, so what will happen is it will set all the paths, whatever here. These paths are actually done by itself, so you don't have to worry about it. So these are all the paths where the files will get stored, or say when it has to start up. Say this is the Python startup. So likewise, there will be some you know paths which will be created. Fine. Then now running this Python, the Python can be run in different ways. Now I'm talking about only Python. I'm not talking about the GUIs of Python. I'll come to that later. Now when I say running of Python, see, I've installed. Let me click here, and if I scroll down here, I'll have Python installed. So here I have two things. One is IDLE, that is interactive development and learning environment, or I have this command mode. I can either select this or this, anything I can open, but usually this IDLE is the the thing which will be easy for us to program. I'll show you both. Let me select this command mode. I'll click on this. When I click on this, I'll get something like this. After installation, I'll get this. When I'm start writing the program, here I'll have this three greater symbol marks. This is called as the prompt. From this is where I'll be start writing the programs. Let me just try to zoom this. Yeah, now you can see. See, I have this three greater symbol. This is how the prompt will be. But let's say I'll just type some values here, enter. See, this is like I'm interacting with this. I'm just giving the question there. Immediately it is giving me the answer. Now let's say print. Don't worry about these commands. I'll tell you in the next session. This is Python class. See, this is command mode. So whatever I'm just typing here, it will be keep giving me the results. Next one is the IDLE. So here you can see. Okay. Next is IDLE. So this is command mode. So everything will be like a command. Let me close this. Now you can see this IDLE. IDLE means integrated development and learning environment. Let me go here. Again, I'll scroll down. Say Python. Now I'll get like interactive mode, similar to what we had this command mode. Likewise, I'll get the interactive mode. See, this is also similar to that, same thing, but here I'll have menus. You can see this. We call this as shell. You can see this. This is shell or interactive mode. Interactive mode means here also I'll give the same command 10 plus 20, so I'll get 30. Say print hi, this is first Python class. See, similar to this. The advantage here is if I go here, see, I have so many things here. That is menu. I'll go here, see debug. I can debug this option. So here in the command mode, everything will be done through code. Means I have to type a command. But in this case, it's not like that. I can go here and I can select this. Say here, similarly like what we have this find, replace, and all these things. So I can find all these things here. Say cut, copy, paste, everything is done. Go to this shell. If you want to restart this shell, say I've written so many programs here. I want to just restart from beginning. Say restart. It will start from beginning like this. So this will get end. Now again a new shell will start. So likewise, this interactive mode or this IDLE, what we call, this is a GUI where I can go and I can select here. If you want to do some modifications, I can go to these options and say configure IDLE. Suppose if you have font size to be little bigger, or if you want to change some settings here, I can do all these settings. So this I'll go in detail the coming chapters. See the color of the functions, or say the comments, all these things can be changed here. You can go here and you can change whatever you want. If you want to change the font size here, I'll go. Usually I'll go here and I'll change the font size here. Just click on this. You can select the font size. Let's say I'll make it as 12. See, if I say OK, this will become font size like this. So this is the default Python shell, or say IDLE, the environment where I write the programs. But otherwise, there is something called as scripting mode. This is interactive mode. I'll go to scripting mode. For that, I'll go here, say file, and say new file. See, I'll get this is scripting mode. Now you might ask, what is the difference between this and this? See here, I'll say 10 plus 30, enter. Immediately I'll get the result. Now I'll say print hi, enter. I'll get the result. But in this scripting mode, sorry, in this scripting mode, I can put all the codes here and then execute at once. Say for example, I'll say a equals 10 plus 20. Print a. Then I'll say b equals 100 divided by 2. Say print b. Then I'll say c equals input, enter a value. Say print c. See here, if you would have done the same thing here, immediately I'll get the result. That's why it's called as interactive mode. Now I have to save this. Let's say I'll go here, save. It will not run unless and until you save it. I'll just save it somewhere here in H drive. Say sample Python. Say save. It will save with the extension of .py. See H drive sample Python.py. Now I'll go here. I'll say run, or I can use shortcut key F5. When I run this, see, I'll get all the result at once. It says enter value. I'll say 100. See, I'll get the result. So this is scripting mode and this is interactive mode. So you can save any number of files or something, and then you can keep running it whenever I want. So this is one way of running the program. Right. Let me show you some more things. Let me go here and I'll type cmd. This is the command mode. This is the DOS prompt, what we call it as. From here also I can run the Python files, whatever we have created, the scripts, whatever we have written. Let's say H. I'll go to H drive. Just now we wrote one sample Python. What was the file name? So same file name we should take. Okay. Dot p1. See, I got that result. I'll enter some value and see. That means from command mode also I can run the scripts. But for that I need to first go to the drive, and then I can use it. So there is no particular software that okay you have to install this Python and then only you have to run this. There are so many other ways what we can use this Python. I'll show you that. All right. Next, we learned about the command mode. I was talking about the shell. So I've shown this. So I'm just going through all this so that you guys will not miss anything. I made a list of all the possible way of using this Python script. So I showed you this sample, you can go and you can run this program as well. So I showed you about the IDLE as well, this one. Right. Now from here, separate IDE starts. That is, a separate softwares can be installed. Then I can use it for running the Python programs or create Python programs. So what are those? See, there are so many thousands of IDLEs where I can use for running the programs. But for that, I have to install this Python. So after this, installing this Python, I can use so many other softwares to run or write the programs. So what are those? One is we have something called as Anaconda. Many of them would have heard about Anaconda, but they'll be confused what is this Anaconda, how it is related with Python. Okay, because I'll be keep getting questions and people will be keep asking, sir, I want to learn Anaconda, sir, I want to learn IPython, or I want to learn Jupyter, I want to learn Spider. So I'll tell you what, many people actually are very much confused. So that is why I wanted this session to be, you guys should be aware of what are all these. What is Anaconda? What is Python? Sorry, what is Jupyter? What is Spider? What is PyCharm? Okay, so once you clear these kind of doubts, then writing programs will be very easy. Then you'll know where I can write the programs. Right. Now, let me come to this Jupyter Notebook. So many of them will be thinking, see, IPython is again internet Python where I can write the programs in that. I'll show you how this actually looks. Then we have something called as Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter means it is not a satellite, this one a planet name or something. Jupyter is actually a name which can run the program, that is Julia is a software or say programming language, Python and R. I have installed Anaconda, so I'll show you how this Julia, Python and R actually looks. These are all some different IDLEs where I can open that and I can start writing the Python program. Apart from this, you can also see this is Jupyter. I'll show you. I'll open and I'll show you how it actually looks. Apart from this, we have something called as virtual environment. Then we have this online Python shell where you don't have to install the software at all, or you can run the program from your mobile also. You can have your mobile and you can type the command and you can execute there as well. Then we have something called as REPL. This one, yeah, REPLC, read, evaluate, print and loop, wherein again this is online ideally where I can directly open this and then I can run the program. Then comes your Anaconda. Anaconda is again a kind of say a package of many softwares where I can write the Python or R language, or I was talking about this Julia. So many softwares you can actually programming language you can directly write. Fine. First we'll see about this Python shell. This one. Like what we saw this, just close this command mode. What we saw this Python command mode. You go here, this command mode. This is after I install, this will be in my system. I can open this. Suppose I don't want to install anything. Say I don't want to install Python. Directly I'll go and I'll write the programs. Then I can go here, say python.org/shell. See this one. Just type this. It will give me one editor where I can write the programs. See, for this you don't have to install anything. Directly you can write it in the program. See, I'll go here. I'll say 100, say plus 200. Enter. See, I'll get the result. Print. This is online Python shell. See, anything you want you can do here. Any programs you can run here. I don't have to install any software. Suppose if you think that okay, I don't have system, I'll go and I'll check in the mobile. You can keep working on the mobile as well. You'll get the results. This is called as Python shell. Right. Next one is about REPL. There is a website called as repl.it. Let's open that as well. Say repl dot. See, here I'll say start coding, and you see this repl.it can run any of these programming languages. See here, there are so many programming languages. Here, if you go this, if you go here, see there are so many which you can start writing the program without installing the software also. See, in this, let's take Python. If someone wants to write C++, C, everything is there here in this REPL. Click on this Python and say create REPL. Now I'll get one window here. See, you can see that it's getting ready. Right. Now I can write the programs here also. Why I'm showing all these things is next time when someone asks you, or next time when you're actually writing the program, you should not get confused. What is this Anaconda? What is this Jupyter? What is this spider? Let's write the program. See here, slightly, few things are different. The previously I was mentioning here, say 100 plus 200 and say enter. I used to get the result because that was interactive mode. Now here, what I have to do is if you want to print that, I should say print, say 100 plus 200. Now if I say run, see, I'm getting the result here. So if I just say 100 plus 200, I'll not get. See here, say print. This is REPL. Run this. See, let's say I'll put one input. Say A equals input enter a value. Okay, it's taking some error here. I think should not take this. Okay, let's take this here. Just put it here only. See, this is for I can type here and I can get the result here, or I can directly type here also. So I'll go here. See, 100 plus 2. So this is interactive. Now let's say print I. This is RE. So here also I can run the programs. So here I'll put that A Once put say like this. This is another editor where I can write the programs and I can execute it and I can check. For this also you don't have to install any softwares. Right. The next one is the Anaconda, which is the main thing what everyone actually think that it is difficult, or say what actually it is a separate software or whatever. Okay, let's click on this link. It will take me to this Anaconda website. Let's scroll down. See here, I have this Anaconda and I can say download. Once I download, see, these are all the softwares which I can run. See here I have this NumPy, Jupyter, Spider, TensorFlow. Okay, all these can be used. Once you install this, say it is again very simple. I given the installation process as well. See here, I've given that step by step here, wherein you can install it step by step. Okay, so I've given this. You can check this. Here I've given step by step, continuous steps I've given till the end. Okay, till you finish, I've given step by step. You can just go through that. So once it is done, let me go and I'll open this Anaconda and I'll show you how it looks. See, we have this Anaconda Navigator. Click on this Anaconda Navigator. It will open the Anaconda Navigator like this. And then I'll tell you why this Anaconda is actually used apart from this Python what we have installed. So let it get open. It will take some time. So once it is opened, then I'll tell you how we can actually use this for writing the programs. So what I am thinking is, for you guys, I'll be teaching you both in Python default ideally as well as in Jupyter, so that you guys will get used to both the applications, so that it will be easy for you to run the projects as I write the scripts in both the ways. It'll take some time. Just 2 minutes, it'll open.
Operator.
Yes. See, this is my Anaconda Navigator. You can see this. There are so many options here. So I have this Jupyter Lab. I can either use this or I can use this Jupyter Notebook or this PowerShell prompt. Then I have this R language. Suppose people who are working on R language, that also I can work here. It's a Spider, which is again similar to your Jupyter only. So it is for scientific Python development. This Jupyter is actually a web-based interactive notebook. And now this Anaconda, I'll tell you why actually people will work on this Anaconda. The reason is, when I'm working on projects, say I want some data science projects, or say some mathematical or scientific calculations, or say applications I'm developing, I need to install some frameworks or say libraries. That is pandas, numpy, scipy. Okay, there are so many things like this. But what will happen when I install this Anaconda? All these libraries will come inbuilt. That means it is already available in this. So I don't have to again go and install or say import those libraries. If I'm working on this Python here, if I work on this Python, what I've installed here, now if you want to work on all those scientific calculations or say, data science projects or whatever, I have to go and I have to install or I have to import those libraries. But here it's not like that. So I'll go to this environments. Here, just scroll here, so many libraries are there. So I'll go here, just say pandas P. Scroll down. See here, pandas. NumPy. Let's check that also. If we have. Yeah, see. And one more I was talking about. Yes, CI Python. See. So all this comes within this, say, Anaconda itself. So I don't have to bother about again and again installing. The advantage of this Anaconda also is go to this learning. See here, I can learn Panda. Suppose if you go and click on this, whatever things are there in this, I can easily learn. Say Python, some reference if you want, I can go and I can refer this as well. So NumPy, see, matplot is there. Just check. Matplot is there. So likewise, this Anaconda is very much useful and it's a bundle of, it's a package where I can get a lot of information about it. Fine. Let me go and open this Jupyter and I'll show you. I'll say launch. Just click on this. It will open one web page wherein I'll get, similar kind of what we had this Python, ideally similar kind of that, but it will be more interactive. See, this will be my Jupyter. You can see this. So you can see all the folders, whatever is there in your system, it will come here. Now, if you want to create a Python kernel or say environment, I'll go here, I'll say new, and can you see this Python? I'll just click on this Python. A new window will be opened. See, this window will get opened. So here I can start writing the programs. And this is very simple as well. So you don't have to think that so many options are there or something like that. Nothing like that. It's very simple. So as and when we start working on this, it will become more familiar for you and you will get used to it and it will be very interesting as well to work. So as I told you, I'll be showing you writing the program in that Python interactive mode or say scripting mode, as well as I'll show writing the program in Jupyter as well. Now you can see this. This is called a cell. Like in Excel, what we have that cell like that, we'll have one simple cell here. We'll not have different columns here, just a cell. Let me just give the same examples here, a simple example. I'm just taking the simple example to show you guys how actually we can enter the programs. You have this run, just click on this run, see, I'll get the output. Say print. This is Jupyter console. Run. See, I'm getting the output. If there are so many options, say here, I can insert, see. If you don't want this, I can just say cut. I can copy this and I can paste it here. Suppose I think that, okay, this has to be somewhere next, I can move this cell like this. Then let me go here, cell. You can see this, see, run cells. So I'll select this, say run, this will run. Say I have one program is 10 plus 20 and say here 100 divided by 20. Let me click on this. I'll go to this cell, say run cells and select below. See, I'll just run this. I'm here. Run cells and select below. See, it'll go and it'll select this. The next one, whatever is there. It'll execute this and it'll select this. Similarly, I'll say run cells and insert below. After running this, I want to insert one cell. Click on this. One more cell will be inserted here. So likewise, there are so many options. Say some of the codes will not be run. So I want to run everything. Say run all. Everything will run at one shot. If you want to run all the above, somewhere I'm here in this cell. I want to run all the above cells. I can go here and I can use this. So likewise, I can use this. Say for example, now everywhere it's a code. I want to have some headings. I'll go here. See, have something called as markdown or say heading. Anything you can take. Markdown is for some web, a web kind of web page, whatever HTML thing. I'll go here, say heading. See, I'll say this is for print comment. See, this is like a heading. Here I have the shortcut keys as well. So I can go here and I can check the shortcut keys. There are all the shortcut keys here. If you want to memorize, you can do that. And here I have this keyboard shortcut keys, the same thing here. So I'll go here. See, I'll get all the shortcut keys here. So everything can be explored here. So this is more interactive, say that is more easy to write the programs. Now let me try one more thing. Let me just insert. We have a command like this. So if you want to have some HTML pages or say HTML codes, I'll go here, I'll say percentage HTML, and let me go here. Just take some HTML page. I'll just copy this code. I'll just copy this. Now let's go to this. Just say enter, and then I put this code. Now let me just run this. So that embedded code, whatever is there, that will come here. See, I can implement in my projects also like this. So like this, there are so many commands which we'll be learning. So this is all about the software or the package, or ideally what I can install, and then I can work on this. So now you guys would have understood that what is Python, and then what are the softwares I can install and then start writing the programs. But guys, keep in mind, don't get confused, because there are so many places where I can execute these programs. but mainly use this Anaconda, say Jupyter, and the Python default, whatever is there ideally. So that one, if you have that, that is more than enough, which you can easily learn. The Anaconda, if you install, then it will be like advantage where I don't have to insert or say import more libraries, which is required for your application development or any other projects. But otherwise, if you're using this Python default ideally, then you'll have to use all these import commands and then import all the libraries. Okay,